Hey there, how's it going? Hope you are well. It's another beautiful day here today, and we are here to do the Course in Miracles lessons. Our lesson for today is lesson 188, so let's get right on it. The peace of God is shining in me now. The peace of God is shining in me now. Why wait for heaven? Those who seek the light are merely covering their eyes. The light is in them now. Enlightenment is but a recognition, not a change at all. Light is not of the world, yet you who bear the light in you are alien here as well. The light came with you from your native home and stayed with you because it is your own. It is the only thing you bring with you from Him who is your source. It shines in you because it lights your home and leads you back to where it came from, and you are at home. The light cannot be lost. Why wait to find it in the future, or believe it has already been lost, or was never there? It can so easily be looked upon that arguments which prove it is not there become ridiculous. Who can deny the presence of what he beholds in him? It is not difficult to look within, for there our vision starts. There is no sight, be it of dreams or from a truer source, that it is not but the shadow of this seen through inward vision. There perception starts, and there it ends. It has no source but this. The peace of God is shining in you now, and from your heart extends around the world. It pauses to caress each living thing and leaves a blessing with it that remains forever and forever. What it gives must be eternal. It removes all thoughts of the ephemeral and the valueless. It brings renewal to all tired hearts and lights all vision as it passes by. All of its gifts are given everyone, and everyone unites in giving thanks to you who give and you who have received. The shining in your mind reminds the world of what it has forgotten, and the world restores the memory to you as well. From your salvation radiates the gifts beyond all measure, given and returned. To you, the giver of the gift, does God Himself give thanks, and in His blessing does the light in you shine brighter, adding to the gifts you have to offer to the world. The peace of God can never be contained. Who recognizes it within himself must give it, and the means for giving it are in his understanding. He forgives because he recognizes the truth in him. The peace of God is shining in you now, and in all living things. In quietness, it is acknowledged universally. For what your inward vision looks upon is your perception of the universe. Sit quietly and close your eyes. The light within you is sufficient. It alone has power to give the gift of sight to you. Exclude the outer world and let your thoughts fly to the peace within. They know the way, for honest thoughts, unattained by the dream of worldly things outside yourself, become the holy messengers of God Himself. These thoughts you think with Him, they recognize their home, and they point surely to their source, where God the Father and Son are one. God's peace is shining on them, but they must remain with you as well, for they were born within your mind, as yours was born in God's. They lead you back to peace, from where they came, but to remind you how you must return. They heed your Father's voice when you refuse to listen, and they urge you gently to accept His word for what you are, instead of fantasies and shadows. They remind you that you are the co-creator of all things that live, for as the peace of God is shining in you, it must shine on them. We practice coming near to the light in us today. We take our wandering thoughts and gently bring back to where they fall in line with all the thoughts we share with God. We will not let them stray. We let the light within our minds direct them to come home. We have betrayed them, ordering that they depart from us, but now we call them back and wash them clean of strange desires and disordered wishes. We restore them to the holiness of their inheritance. Thus are our minds restored with them, and we acknowledge that the peace of God still shines in us and from us to all living things that share our life. We will forgive them all, absolving all the world from what we thought it did to us, for it is we who make the world as we would have it. Now we choose that it be innocent, devoid of sin, and open to salvation. And we lay our saving blessings on it as we say, "The peace of God is shining in me now. Let all things shine upon me in that peace, and let me bless them with the light in me." Let me repeat that. The peace of God is shining in me now. Let all things shine upon me in that peace, and let me bless them with the light in me. Okay, so that was another beautiful lesson, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So what is it telling us today? That we gotta let our light shine. We gotta let that peace, that inner peace, that true peace that is in each and every single one of us really come through. We really need to quiet our minds, shut out all the worldly things, the illusion that is in our minds that clouds us from the true peace that is there for us to just absorb and release. Because it's always there. It's never gone anywhere. And I know it's hard because sometimes the difficulty that this life sometimes presents us lead us astray. They make us think that this world is the real world. It makes us feel like everything that is going and happening through us is what's most important in our lives. But what we have to understand, that what really is important is for us to connect to God and understand that that peace is there. That joy, that happiness, that love is there for us at all times. And we are turning a blind eye to it. We are turning away from it and focusing on things that we shouldn't be focusing on. And we really have to make that conscious effort to change that. To remember who you are. You are God's child. You are loved. You are peaceful. You are happy. You are joyful. You have everything that you need. And you just have to remember that constantly. And don't let your mind wander. Remember, as the Course says, the peace of God is shining in me now. The peace of God is shining in you right now. So remember that. Remember that. And know with all certainty that it is true. That is the lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are making the best of today. I hope that you are spending time with those you love. And I hope that you take the time today to share that joy and that peace with someone else in your life. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.